Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Okay, so today we're diving into a situation that's, well, probably causing a few elevated heart rates in the self-hosted community right now. For Proxmox admins out there, the end of support for Kernel 6.14, yeah, that's absolutely not just another version number quietly aging out of the ecosystem. It's the kind of massive, forced update that's about to turn a totally normal, routine maintenance window into a high-stakes standoff with your entire hardware stack. You're basically forced to take a long, hard stare at your backups, your boot entries, and honestly, your own personal tolerance for absolute chaos. If you manage a Homelab or even a small production setup, you know exactly the feeling I'm talking about.
And honestly, I want to validate that sheer panic right out of the gate because, as the source perfectly put it, the blast radius is basically the whole basement. There's a very specific reason admins get so incredibly conservative around kernels. I mean, think about it. If a desktop user has a kernel issue, they can usually just roll forward, shrug off a broken sleep state, wait for a patch, and move on. No big deal. But a Proxmox host, completely different story. It is the critical floor under absolutely everything else. These setups aren't just toys, right? They're running NAS virtual machines, firewalls, media services, and dev boxes. They literally store your family photos. They host your password managers. They run your security cameras. When the host kernel gets weird, the entire foundation of your digital life shakes.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at the official upgrade pass we have right now. At first glance, the messaging seems pretty simple. If you're on Proxmox VE8, that points you safely to Kernel 6.8 as the supported path. Easy enough. For VE9, Kernel 6.17 is actually already on the clock, with sunsetting planned to begin around the start of July. And then 7.0 is moving into position right now as the new default. So the official story here is super clean. The 6.14 series has had a good long run, and it's simply out of support now. Time to move on. But the messy version of the story is what we actually have to deal with on the ground. And it comes down to this grim infrastructure mass that sysadmins are suddenly forced to do. On one side, you have what we can call old stability. For a lot of people, Kernel 6.14 wasn't just some old branch, it was the last known good place to stand where weeks of carefully tuned stability just worked. But staying there means no security fixes, no updates, period. On the other side, you have new risk. Upgrading to the officially supported kernels means you're actively risking your pass-through devices, your storage arrays, your GPU drivers. Now, Proxmox isn't doing anything wrong by ending support here. Branches obviously can't be kept alive forever, but the people hesitating, they aren't being lazy. They are weighing a massive liability against a massive risk. So it leaves us at this incredibly awkward crossroads. Pick your discomfort. Which terrible option do you prefer for your critical self-hosted stack? Because let's be real, nobody actually wants to run an unsupported kernel. It's not some badge of honor to be running out-of-date software, it's a liability, one with a version number that gets harder to justify every single day you stay pinned to it. But is it safer to stay on the kernel that works perfectly but won't ever be patched again? Or do you jump to the supported kernel that might completely break the exact thing your server was meticulously built to do? For a lot of Proxmox users right now, that answer still just isn't obvious. To understand why this is so wildly stressful, we really have to talk about IMMU and pass-through issues. Some admins have reported literally rolling back to Kernel 6.8 after experiencing failures on 6.17.9, specifically wondering if DMAR bugs had been resolved. Now, DMAR errors can sound highly abstract and super technical until you realize what they actually impact. We are talking about bugs that tie directly to storage pass-through, SATA controllers, and NVMe devices. This translates to terrifying low-level I/O weirdness. It's exactly the kind of unpredictable behavior that turns what should be a simple, hey, just testing a new kernel weekend project into an absolute disaster. Now, what's really interesting about this is that the real fear holding people back isn't just a simple boot failure or a pesky driver warning you can easily ignore. The true ultimate nightmare here is actual data corruption discovered way later after a scrub. When you're sitting there staring at your screen wondering, wait, why am I rebuilding my ZFS array right now? The entire tone of the upgrade changes incredibly fast. Once storage gets involved and the actual integrity of your data is on the line, an unsupported kernel suddenly starts looking a whole lot friendlier than a supported one that randomly destroys your disks. Whenever this topic comes up, someone always chimes in with, well, whatever, I have backups. But in the context of host-level failures, hearing that is just exhausting because restores are not a hobby. Yes, backups are incredibly great. They are absolutely necessary. We love backups. But relying on them because you casually rolled the dice on a kernel update and blew up your host server, that is completely draining.
A bare metal restore of a highly complex hypervisor that runs your entire household is quite literally nobody's idea of a fun Tuesday night. And this tension only builds when we look at the specific hardware casualties of these kernel updates. Look, Proxmox is amazing because it lets you do slightly unreasonable things, right? You can pass the GPU into a container, hand a SATA controller directly to a TrueNAS VM, make consumer gear act like an enterprise data center, but that power comes from stacking assumptions. Your firmware, your kernel, your DKMS drivers, they all just assume they can play nicely together. But your hardware, whether that's older NVIDIA 1000 series cards, workarounds for NVIDIA 550 drivers, or Alder Lake Intel iGPU pass-through quirks, they all bring their own little personality disorders to the table. When a new kernel forces a renegotiation, those perfectly stacked assumptions just shatter. And even if things don't outwardly shatter, you can still be left with this wonderfully annoying category of admin stress. Take Kernel 6.14, for example. One user reported getting perfectly good results with Intel iGPU pass-through, but they noted that the Intel i9-15 DKMS driver absolutely filled the logs with warnings. So you end up in this bizarre situation where the system looks totally fine from inside the virtual machine, but the host keeps muttering in DMAG like it knows something you don't. Are those warnings harmless? Maybe, unless they aren't. And living with that constant uncertainty is just incredibly taxing for anyone trying to maintain a stable environment. Now, buried in all this stress is some highly practical reassurance. Out of support does not mean Proxmox reaches into your server room and violently rips the 6.14 kernel out of your machine. Existing installs will not suddenly vanish. However, package management can still make your life highly interesting if you aren't paying attention. Debian's apps might kindly offer to auto-remove old kernels it thinks you no longer need. Guys, you need to actually read the apt output. Do not just smash enter like it's a video game QuickTime event. If those 6.14 packages disappear from the repositories later and you blindly let apt remove them right now, reinstalling your stable fallback could become incredibly difficult or maybe even impossible. So, the crucial point here is that we really need to shift our mindset. For admins feeling stuck on 6.14, the sane path forward is absolutely not a midnight panic upgrade of your host just because the words "out of support" popped up on a forum. The goal here is to build a controlled exit. This means creating a highly methodical transition plan to a supported kernel, one that strictly ensures a tested fallback exists before you burn the bridge behind you. This isn't your standard upgrade and forget scenario. It actually requires a bit of strategy. Let's walk through exactly what that controlled exit looks like in practice. First, read the specific bug threads for your device class, not just the broad announcement. Check if your pain points are kernel, driver, or hardware specific. Then, test the new kernel, but do it cautiously. Crucially, and I can't stress this enough, keep kernel 6.14 pinned and available in your boot menu so you can quickly retreat if necessary. Next, watch closely for DKMS module failures before rebooting into a system that relies on them. And finally, ensure your backups are not just recent, but actually restorable. You really have to treat these pass-through hosts like the delicate little ecosystems they actually are. And this brilliantly illustrates the broader reality of this whole situation. Self-hosting comes with a maintenance bill. You get the ultimate control, the flexibility, and the immense joy of making your hardware do exactly what you want it to do. But you also have to be the person who manages the infrastructure risk. Kernel 6.14 is no longer a place to settle in. It's really just a temporary ledge. The work right now isn't about ignoring the problem. It's about methodically finding the next stable spot without kicking the entire stack over on your way there. Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to consider before you go ahead and schedule your next maintenance window. As the source material so perfectly puts it, the future is supported, the past is stable, and your server is sitting right in the middle asking how brave you feel. There is no single magic answer for everyone here. Moving to 6.17 or 7.0 might be totally uneventful for some and a massive, painful project for those with heavy pass-through setups. Ultimately, it all comes down to your hardware, your specific workload, and your own personal risk tolerance. So take your time, build that controlled exit, and honestly, good luck with the upgrade.